Hey folks, and welcome to part 7 of my node killing challenge, or attempt 3. Let's get started. Last time we failed run number 2, so this time we're speedrunning our way back to Northrend. Since I've gone through the classic zones in depth before, I'm going to talk about my route a bit. Last time we hit Outlands in 17 hours, and this time we're aiming for below 15. To do this, I'm going to focus less on completing as many quests as possible. I'll be ignoring only those that reward the same experience as, say, a mining node, and focus more on mining. So when we're moving around the zones, we'll take routes that take us near mining nodes, and when out questing, we're going to focus on cutting down travelling, even if it means handing in quests far later than we actually complete them. To begin with, it's Teldrassil until level 3, and then Azure Mist until level 5. From there it's down to Stormwind, and after Stormwind's quests, Elwind until level 8. Make sure we pick up Elmore's task and put our heart in Stormwind, as we're going to head to Dunmorrow and finally into Lochmoden to hand in Elmore's quest, which will take us to level 10. Since we're in Lochmoden, we finish that area to hit 14 and then head to Bloodmist Isle until level 18 and get our travel form. It's back to Stormwind, where we start by heading to Westfall before doing Redridge. That should get us to level 20, if not, we just head to Dustwood, get the flight point, and do a bit of mining on the way. At level 20, it's back to Stormwind to turn on War Mode. Back to Dustwood we go. This time we start with the east side, then we go to the west. We want to hit 24 before we have to go into the crypts, which means a bit of extra mining here, but it gives us entangling routes, which means we can complete the quests in the crypt by just routing the mob that would permanently interrupt us. Rather than hand in some of the other quests here, such as the Hermit's Crate and the Grave quest, we're going to go back to Stormwind. We have honoured quests now, so it's cheaper riding, and we're off to Teldrassil to buy a mount. From now on, with more zones opened up, we do entire paths of zone. Starting with Western Kalimdor, since we're there, it's Darkshore to 28, and then Ashenvale to 32. Stone Talon Mountains has absolutely nothing, but we head through there anyway to get to Southern Barrens until 34. We just do the north of Southern Barrens because we'll do the south later. During the questing, as you're working your way through the north of Southern Barrens, we end up heading back into Stone Talon Mountains, and from there we go south into Desolus. Desolus takes us to 36, and then Feralus to 38. Now we have the epic travel form, and that's the end of this route, so it's back to Stormwind. Our next path is the Stranglethorn route to level 39, catching the boat to Ratchet, get a quest and a flight down to Dustwallow, and we finish that zone at 43. Since we're close to the Barrens again, we finish off the Southern Barrens to hit 44. We have one last major route left. It's Wetlands to 45, Arathi to 46, Hinterlands to 47, Western Pladelands to 49, its eastern counterpart to 50, and then it's a long rocket ride down to Badlands, Siren Gorge and Burning Steppes, which combined only get us to 51. We have 3 more endgame routes to do now, and it's starting with Bellwood. Rather than do the usual route, we actually start in the north, since we can teleport to Moonglade as a druid, and then we hand in quests as we're working our way back up the zone, having gone down the zone to do the quests in the first place. That will get us to 53, which means Winterspring is next, and in that we hit 55. In Everlook, be sure to grab the quest to visit Silithus. If you pick it up here, it's worth 3 times the experience, as you'll get on a notice board, and there are a few quests like this out in the world, especially in Outlands. Next up is Tenaris, via the portal to the Caverns of Time, until 56. Ongoru is next, and we follow Maximilian around to the entrance of Silithus. We then head into Silithus, where we turn in the quest, but then return to Ongoru to finish all our quests. That actually gets us to 58 this time, and we gain flying. As you may have noticed, this puts me ahead of the last runs, but we're not done with Classic yet. We turn in the last of the Dustwood quests, and complete Swamp of Sorrows and Blasted Lands to hit 59. During my previous run, it took 18 hours to hit 58, including some last minute mining grind. This time, it only took us 13 hours and 39 minutes to hit 58. The extra level is great too, as it means in Hellfire we get to level 60 quicker, which means we can get mass routes without having to return to Hellfire Ramparts. There are some other bonuses to start in Outland with an extra level too. We finish Hellfire at 61, Zangramash at 63, Terrakar at 66, Nagrand at 66, and with new quest unlocked on the way to Blade's Edge Mountains at 66, we get to finish Blade's Edge Mountains itself at 67. That means we can finally do the Netherstorm. Netherstorm itself has a fair few mini hubs around, but no major quest chains we can do, since the largest, the Mana Forges, is locked away instantly. However, with so many hubs around, it's easy to get 1 or 2 quests, and it's 2 levels over the entire zone. As I said, no major quest chains, we can just start a few of them, but with so many options, I mean it was going to be likely we'd find a few, and quite a few with the goblins surprisingly enough. We head back to Shadowfrost City, where we actually go into the Shadow Labyrinth. There's a quest that you can do here to speak to some guy after the first boss, but the door's not locked, so you can just stealth all the way through and talk to the guy, and that's a fair bit of experience just for having stealth. Shadowmoon Valley, however, is not quite as good. It's much more focused on quest chains such as the Infernals or the Illidan stuff. So really we just get to start a few, mainly picking up the Ash, which starts the Terran Gorfin quest chain, and Relics, which start the Akama quest chain. Other than that, it's mainly just talking. It's not quite enough to hit level 70, but it puts us really close. And Outlands itself has been over 10 levels worth of experience bars, so it's more than pulled its weight. I mean, I thought Outlands would be good, and between 1 or 2 levels of zone, especially at this level, it was good. We finished Outlands at 69, 18 hours in, about the same time it took previously to hit level 58. The next target is beating the 24 hours to hit 71, which should be relatively easy considering it's only 2 levels to go. And we'll look at how quickly we can finish Northrend, which I've had less experience with as I've never got past Dragonblight. So speedrunning Northrend will be in the next video, and I'll see you there.